Today, I want to help you understand the concept of flipping real estate contracts. Have you ever heard the term flipping real estate contracts and wondered how it works? Well, by the end of this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how flipping real estate contracts work and how it actually propelled me into my real estate investing career. Have you ever wondered if there is a strategy out there in the real estate investing world that requires no money out of your pocket and you can make good money doing it? Have you ever wondered how some investors utilize this strategy flawlessly? Well, let's dive into this topic as I first explain how I utilize this strategy of flipping real estate contracts to get me started in real estate investing. Next, I want to explain to you what it means to flip real estate contracts, and finally talk about what the most important element is when it comes to flipping real estate contracts. If you're ready, let's go. So in my first deal in real estate, I made between $45,000 and $60,000. You would probably think I would know exactly what that amount is, but the more times I think through it in my mind, I keep coming up with a different figure, but I know it's definitely between $45,000 to $60,000. But here's how it worked. My partners and I had owned a business at the time that was starting to do well, and we had some disposable income that we wanted to invest in real estate. And there was three of us, right? And I knew an area that was starting to expand and grow. There was a 2-year university that was expanding to be a 4-year university. And I was looking through the paper. This tells you how long ago it was, about 22 years ago. And I saw somebody who was selling fourplexes. And I thought, oh, that'd be awesome if we could buy a handful of fourplexes. So I called this gentleman through his ad in the newspaper and said, I'd love to buy some fourplexes. He says, well, how many? I said, well, maybe 4, maybe 6. And he said, listen, let's sit down, let's talk about this. So I went and visited with this gentleman, and he said, man, we'd love to sell you 8, right? If you could do 8, we could probably give you a pretty good discount. Take the price down from $275,000 per fourplex down to $255,000, $257,000, somewhere in that range. I said, let's do it. I went to my partner and said, listen, if we buy 8, we're going to get almost $20,000 off per fourplexes. And if you think of that, 8 times $20,000 is $160,000. So they decided, yes, let's do this. So we started making preparations. All of a sudden, I get a call from this individual who says, listen, can we meet again? So I went up and met with this individual and he said, listen, we're looking to expand and do phase 2 of this development, but we need some cash coming in, right? And we just started on this project. But if you could buy 7 fourplexes down one side, 7 down another, that's a spine, which consists of 14 fourplexes. I will knock the price from $257,000 down to $245,000. And I thought $30,000 per fourplex. And if you times that out by 14, that was $420,000 we're getting off fourplexes. I thought, you know what, let's do this. I didn't even talk to my partners. But I went back and talked to my partners. They said, listen, you know, I know things are going good in the business, but it doesn't mean it's always going to go good. I think the most we can do is 8. So I was kind of in a predicament. I just told this gentleman we could do 14, but we could only do 8. Well, at the same time, as fortune would have it, there was a gentleman who said, listen, I heard you're buying fourplexes up there in that city. I'd be interested in buying a handful of those. Well, I said, how many? He's like, well, I'd maybe look at 3 or 4. I said, listen, if you can do 6, I can take it down from $275,000, which is retail price, down to $255,000. So he said, yes, let's move forward. So I was able to assign or flip those real estate contracts that I had under contract for $245,000 for anywhere between $252,000 to $255,000 and make between $45,000 to $60,000 instantly in real estate just by flipping real estate contracts. So what does it mean to flip real estate contracts? Well, number one, it means you're getting a property under contract at a low price. And one thing that's important when it comes to flipping real estate contracts is when you buy a property or you put an offer on a property, I always do my name and I include this exact phrase, and or assigns, meaning that I could add somebody to it or I can assign this contract to somebody else. That is important language to have in there if you're looking to flip real estate contracts. Flipping real estate contracts is also called wholesaling. If you've ever heard of that term before, it's getting properties under contract at a very low price, at a wholesale price, and turning around and selling them at a retail price or above wholesale at a certain amount. And this strategy isn't new. As I mentioned, it's been around for a long time, called wholesaling, but it is a strategy that you can do with little to no money out of your pocket. Now, in order to engage in this strategy, there is a couple of elements that are absolutely vital to make this happen. And the most important thing is being able to get that property under contract at a good price. Understand, if you don't negotiate and get it done at a good price, chances are there's nobody who's going to want to buy the property from you at retail price or higher than retail when they go out and get it by themselves, right? So you have to be able to negotiate a good price. Now, here's something most people won't tell you when it comes to flipping real estate contracts or wholesaling. One of the most important things when it comes to getting a property at a good price is going into the transaction being solution oriented with empathy, caring about the person that you're buying the property from. Because chances are the reason you're buying that property at a low price is because this individual is in a challenging or tough situation. And if you go into that situation thinking like, I'm just going to get it as low as I can, I don't care about the person, they're going to feel that and not want to sell the property to you. But if you go in thinking, how can I provide a solution for this person that's in an extremely tough situation? And if you can go in with that mindset, chances are you might have to pay rent for this person to go somewhere else. You might have to pay for a moving company. You might even have to give them cash out of your pocket to be able to help them with their situation. And if you go in thinking that way, chances are they're going to sell to you versus somebody else at a discount because you're helping them with their situation. So when it comes to flipping real estate contracts, I've talked about some of the important elements, but probably the final element that you need to understand is being able to flip that property to somebody else. So if you have it under contract at a very good price, how do you find people to turn around and flip that property to? Well, number one, you need to start building a buyer's list, right? This is anybody you know that has ever been interested in purchasing real estate as an investment. And as you start building that list over time, it gets bigger and bigger. And eventually, you'll be to a situation where you say, my buyer's list consists of 300 people. I'm going to send a text out or an email out to let this buyer's list know that I have a property for sale at a discounted price, but it's above what I have it under contract. Another great place to sell and flip real estate contracts is Facebook Marketplace. I'm on a bunch of real estate investing groups on Facebook, and I see transactions happening all the time where people are posting, listen, I've got this property in this area. I will let it go. The entry price is $25,000 to me, and the price of this property is $200,000. The retail price of this property is $275,000. They detail it all out there, and I see so many comments on these posts regarding real estate investments that people are trying to flip real estate contracts. And that is one strategy that works really well and one that requires little to no money out of your pocket. But if you're looking for another strategy, the one that I'm doing right now that is not only creating massive wealth for me, but producing cash flow every single month is a strategy called cash flow flipping. And if you want to understand exactly how to do this strategy, click on this video, cash flow flipping, and it will detail out to you how to do this strategy that works in any market condition and it works for any type of investor. Thanks for stopping by. Have an amazing day.